Hallo, meine Lieben. Hi, guys. There it is. Hello, my friends. Meet Kiara. There she is, one of my fur babies. She's the talking one. So she's, if you hear some cats talking, that's her. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining me. So it's summer here, so they're losing their fur. Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me. My name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm an elite retailer for Dixie over here in Frankfurt in Germany. Hi, Kathy. Oh, did you? Okay. She's an old lady. She's going to be 15 in about 4 weeks. So she's an old lady. Very demanding. She's very demanding, I can tell you. So, but they're beautiful. They're just beautiful. I love her to bits. I also am the German distribution for Dixie over here in, German distribution in Germany. So that makes sense. Hi, Jenna. Thank you for joining me again. So I'm happy that you're there, guys. And tonight we are going to decide on the hardware for this piece. I'm not quite sure what I'm going for. We've used the Dixie Belle transfer. We've used Midnight Sky, Aubergine, Plum Crazy, Peony, tiny little bit of fluff. It's all in there. On the inside, we've done some stenciling with the Houndstooth stencil. I also painted the piece inside with Palmetto, as this wasn't a very pretty piece. And inside is already sealed with top coat in satin. That's what I've done. The top we've done last week with no paint gel stain in walnut. I was thinking about sealing that tonight with you, but I had to make a second coat, which I just done on Monday, because there's some, this was like some veneer on top and it wasn't very good. So there was some line going through. So this is the nice thing about the no paint gel stain. You can cover up things, you know. So that's basically what I've done. You know, I've covered it up. But that was just done on Monday. And when you seal no paint gel stain is oil-based. And when you seal it, you actually seal it with a water-based top coat by Dixie Belle. But it should have dried at least for about 5 to 7 days. So, and as summer just hit here, basically, we're basically gone straight from winter into summer. We just had a thunderstorm about an hour ago. And it's, you know, it's very humid also. So I'd rather have it dry a little longer. I don't want to take any risk. So we are deciding on the hardware. I'm thinking I'm going to totally crazy. I'll see what you think. I'll see what you think. So there's my coffee. If you have some questions, guys, just put them in the comments and I'll see that I answer those straight away. If I'm not seeing them straight away, I'll come back later. And thank you, Jenna. Oh, you have kitties too, Jana. So I just love cats. So I mean, you know, for me, you know, working the whole day, it's the easiest thing to do because I can't, you know, if I would have had a dog, I couldn't take it to the shop with me. So that's you can't leave them the whole day alone. So on the side, sorry for that squeaky chair. On the side, we do have, I made some grungy. A little bit of a grungy blend. Can you see that there? Yeah. Which is going to stay like that. And I am, oh, this piece is fighting me. There's this, I'm going to bring you a little closer. There's those plates where the original hardware was on. I painted over that because I couldn't take that off. But this was the original hardware. either I use that and I paint it. So that's basically, you can tell me what you want to do. Either I use those and I paint them because obviously they're not staying like that. Or, Jana, the colors I've used on here are from Dixie Belle. I've used Midnight Sky, which is like an almost black. I've used Aubergine, which is like a very dark eggplant color. I've used Plum Crazy, I've used Peony, and a tiny little bit of fluff in the middle to get that, you know, just like grunge, like some sort of in the middle. So, hi Manhase. Before I forget it, guys, I forgot to say in the German live, I shall give you the regards from Anja. She just moved and she is so busy. She's got no internet at the moment. So, but she's sending a love to everybody. So, just in case somebody is missing it. So, either, that's what I say, either we do that or probably think I'm going totally crazy. But you know, I'm a blingy girl. What do you think of those? I think they're gonna go gorgeous with that, don't you? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, I was. So I contacted her. So let's see. I think this is going to look. I'm just putting this like that for now. Bling, Kathy, Crystal, Michelle. Oh, guys, I love you. Oh, you're my stars. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Okay, I think this is crazy because it's a little grungy on the side, but I think this is just like doing it. Okay, but even so, you're my stars. I love you guys. Even so, those things are silver on the back there. I don't like that. I don't want to have it silver. So I'm thinking of mixing myself some sort of rose gold color. So, bling all the way, Ali. Guys, you're great. Fantastic. Ja, hallo. Hallo, liebe Andrea. Schön, dass du dabei bist. Eine unserer deutschen Händlerinnen. Herzlich willkommen auf Instagram. So. Okay. So, we are going to make our own. I'm going to work with the Dixie Belle mousse. This is the Dixie Belle mousse. And I'm going to use the rosé ones and the crystal ones. So they are the ones which are gonna go on there. And I've got to shorten those screws. Mein Hase, wenn du noch zuschaust, du musst mir bitte eine Metallsäge mitbringen. Die Schrauben müssen wir ein bisschen kürzen, bitte. Danke. Just instructions to my sweetheart. Hi, Kerstin. Just instructions to my sweetheart. He's got to bring a metal saw so I can shorten those screws a little bit because they are too long for this piece. Okay. There we go. Let's see how we do that. So I've made like from the mousses, the Dixie Belle mousses. They're water based, almost like gilding waxes, but they're water based. Oh, hi Yvonne. And but this was too light, so I'm going to use the one I've got there. I've made from the diamond and the garnet. I've mixed those two together. And when we mix the amber to it, I think this will darken it up a little bit and give it a little bit more a golden touch. So that's what we do. I can put the Midnight Sky to the side. So the mousse is loose around the hooves. The Dixie Belle mousses, they are water-based. They are very shiny. I already got them on my fingers again. On my fingers. So, and then before you use them, mix them up. As I said, they are water-based. So there might be some of the ingredients have settled on the ground. Oh, squeaky, sorry. So mix them up really, really well so that everything which is in there is mixing up nicely and you get like the full benefit of those mousses. So I'm just going to eyeball. So I'm just putting a little bit of that in here. I'm using the same container. There's like no need to use a different one. I don't need to know the exact mixture. I'm just trying that out now, how I want to have it. And sometimes I measure, most of the times I'm not. Oh, your teas, I'm sorry. Did you hear that squeaking? Honestly, okay. Thought it was only like this here. Okay. So then we have the garnet. So if you're wondering that they may have like, if you have several colors, that they have like a different consistency from one color to the next. This basically comes down to that they are measured by weight. And as there's like real metal bits in there, and those metal bits eyeless, and those metal bits have different weights. So they might appear thicker or thinner. If it's too thick for you, add a little bit of water, as it is water-based. Rewind. Got a knot in my tongue. If it's too thin for you, you just let it open, let the jar stand open for a while or something like that. But the main thing is honestly to mix it up. Mix, stir. So I'm going to add a little of that in here also. I'm basically just like scraping that spatula off. And then I see if I like that color. As I said, I've mixed that before just with diamond and the garnet, which made a pretty lovely rosé color. So now you can see the amber is pretty thick. So that's pretty thick. Even so, you can mix it up. If it's too thick for you, you can always add a little water. That's what I'm going to do now. There's my Mr. bottle. So, and mix it up. The nice thing about them is they're water-based. That's what you can do. Oops. Okay. Instagram has just gone stupid. So, sorry guys. I'm going to start it again. Okay. Instagram was just gone. Here we are back. Sorry guys. Instagram just thrown me out for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to add a little bit more water. As I said, those mousses for Instagram, they are water-based, so you can basically, if they are too thick for your taste, you can thin them up with a little bit of water. That's what I'm doing at the moment. And then I'm mixing it nicely up to have no lumps in there whatsoever. I love working with the mousses because they are water-based, so that's one of my favorites. But the new gilding waxes by Dixie Belle, they're fantastic also. But for painting hardware, something like that, that's my choice to go. So also, I'm going to scrape that off spatula in there, and then I will see if that's how I like it. Just got this little jar here. So I want to have a little more of the garnet in there, I think. It's going to be it is what you're talking about. This we made in the Dixie Belle live, basically, and that's one of their transfers. I want to have more garnet in there. A little bit more garnet. Be right with you. Hang on. Because that silver is giving it pretty much of, is lightening it up pretty much. So, and I want to take the complete rosé color out this time. I want to have it a little more like a rose gold. Yeah, that's getting closer now. That's getting closer now. Look how shiny that is. That's so pretty. That is so pretty. A little more. You can, that bit which was still in there, this is just like this little container. And as long you keep it moist, you can store it in there nicely. A little bit more of the amber, getting closer to the look. Getting closer. I hope so, Yvonne. I hope so. So this is a bit of a mixy. Gotta clean it off first, and then we're gonna get a little bit more of the amber in there also. And that should do the trick. That should do the trick. Yeah. I hardly had any of the diamond in there, but the diamond is really brightening it up so much. Don't want to have it too light. But that's it now. I think that's the color I want to have. That's like an aged rose gold. And this is going to go nicely with those roses down there also. So this is exactly that color I wanted to have. So we used diamond, just a little bit. We used garnet and the amber. So fingers. Let's see. Let's go to the water. I'm making a right mess here. I'm closing up the jars first before I make even more mess. Amber, garnet, and diamond. Sorry guys, see back of my head. So now I've just got like a little, I've cleaned those before. I've cleaned those with rubbing alcohol, so there's no grease or anything on there. And now I'm just using an artist brush to paint that, because I don't want to have that silver. If you are worried about it coming off, but this is going to dry pretty solid on there. You can slick stick that first, that bit, and then come in with the mousse. So that would work also. But that's going to be pretty. So I already put the screw in there, which makes your life easier. So as I said, if you want to use slick stick, let's see, I got it there. It's probably better, even just such a tiny bit, just to make sure. Slick stick is a bonding primer by Dixie Belle, and just gonna get another brush, just a tiny one. It's a bonding primer if you paint on slick surfaces and stuff like that. So oh yeah, sorry, I'm gonna bring that closer. Sorry guys. So slick stick is a bonding primer. You usually put on 2 coats. So with this, I'm just going to put on 1 coat. This is going to be fine. And you go from there. So, oops, yeah, making a mess already. Pretty much of a mess. Also this, you know, water-based. Make sure you mix it up nicely. So I'm basically just using something. So just gonna go around like this. It should also dry for about 24 hours if I use it on really on glass or something like that, which will be used or something like that. I definitely would do that, but as this is only decorational, I am not that much bothered about it. And as I said, I'm just putting 1 coat of it on here also, as this is not going to go anywhere. This is not going to go anywhere. But you can, you know, this is basically how you can change your hardware. You know, if you're not happy, if you want to have, whatever, a different look, just paint it. And if it's metal, Just use a little bit of slick stick and paint over it. And you're good to go. Good to go. So let's see. If any on the crystal itself. I'm just taking that off with that baby wipe. That's it. Number 2. Number 3. So one day I have better lighting in here also. I'm working almost blind. Exactly, Michelle. It's very cost effective. And you can mix your own colors also, you know. So the mousse is perfect for hardware, I think. You can create your own looks. Sorry. I'm always out of the camera, guys. Apologies for that. Sometimes not that easy. So, and let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, that's good. Use an artist brush for that, a tiny one. That makes your life a lot easier. Obviously, if you go around there. Oh, just which way is gonna go? Highly concentrated, I am, sorry. So, and how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3. 3 and 3 we need, don't we? And I'm going to dry them quickly. And there we go. Oops. Guys, if you have any questions, just let me know. Yara is talking again. She's doing the talking for me now, I think. That's good. So around the bottom, I don't need to be that gentle anymore. It's just around the top. I don't want to mess it up too much. So. There we go. I think I will even, let's see, that one I've just done before. I'll just take it off. The mousse hasn't dried yet, so I decided it's a better idea to put some. You're concentrating with me. You would have your tongue out. Did I have my tongue out? No, I didn't, did I? I don't know. Everybody's got his own way concentrating, haven't you? So, what are you working on, guys? Let me know. What are you working on? What are you working on? I'm out of the Screen again. Sorry. I'm out of the screen again. So over here we had a bank holiday today. I was working anyway. I was at a shop, but we had a bank holiday. And it is 9:30 p.m. over here now. It's 9:30 p.m. So, as I said, when you work with slick stick, you should have two coats. You know, the first coat is basically sticking to that slick underground, and the second coat is going to adhere to the paint. As there's no, you know, this area you won't touch basically. You know, this area you won't touch. This is now the slick stick on there. This area you won't touch, so I'm not worried about that. Oh, that sounds great. Resin molds and terracotta pots. Oh, Michelle, on a painting. Alice in Wonderland. Are you using the Alice in Wonderland from Dixie Belle, the transfer? That sounds good. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't need more. Okay. So I'm gonna clean that off now, as this is going to. I've basically, after the slick stick I've just used, I've taken off that spatula, so I didn't clean that off yet, but I've got to do that now. You can see this is already sticking on here, as this was already drying. So I'm going to take that off and go from there. Close the jar. So also I've got a plastic bag on top here, because obviously slick stick is a bonding primer, and I had it, there was some slick stick on the top of the jar, and it bonded itself onto the lid, so I couldn't get it back open. So that's the reason I put a plastic bag in between. You use some cling film or something like that. I'm not very lucky with cling film. Cling film is like making more mess for me than anything else. So I'm making a mess now anyway. Where's my coffee? There's my coffee. Did I miss any questions? Oh, Nina got a tint on your hair. Okay. What color? Oh, hi, Deborah. Thank you for joining. So let's see. I'm just going to dry that quickly. I didn't expect to use some paint, so I haven't got my my heat gun with me. Now I've got to dry that quickly. It's no point in rushing that now, because when it's not dry, this is not going to work. Just getting my heat gun quickly. Hang on. Oops. My trousers. My trousers. Oh, good. I've got everything twisted up here. There. Oh, did you just hear my stomach? That's also something you shouldn't do. Just let those things dry on their own. I just want to carry on. Going. This is a very thin coat. It's gonna be fine. In winter it gets dull. Okay. So now we can, now this is going to work. So let's see that you can see. Get Instagram a little more over and go from here. So I've got to see that everybody's got it in. Yeah, that works. That looks great. I like that. Looks great. This is like an aged rose color. This is gonna go beautifully now with that piece. Oops, Instagram. Color-wise. That's gonna go beautiful with it now. So, and as I said, usually when you work with Slick Stick, you put one coat on there, you let it dry for about 2 hours or something like that, depending on temperature and humidity. And then you put a second coat on and you let it dry for about, Dixie Belle recommends 24 hours. I let it dry usually overnight, as we don't have much humidity here, so that's fine. Look at this. Oh, thank you, Nina. Thank you, Diane. Jill, I had the heat gun on a low temperature, so this was more like a hair dryer type, because this is a very thin coat of Slick Stick, so that was about to dry quick anyway. So 2 and number 3. And you don't need much of this mousse also, don't use too much because you won't dry. It needs longer to dry than the gilding waxes. Gilding waxes dry in about 24 hours, something like that. The mousses, they need about 2 to 3 days, I would say. If you put it on too thick, you're going to take it off afterwards. So that's it. Quickly. So that mixture I made there is going to last forever. And if you don't have a jar which is sealing off the air, like the one I'm using there, you've got to make sure that you sometimes look into it. Thank you, Diane. Oh, that one crystal is pink. That one crystal is pink. So I've got clear crystals. I've got crystals and pink crystals. So I'm going to use both on there. It is Kathy, isn't it? No. So We're going to use both of those colors on there. You hardly need it. As I said, when you got it in a jar like I have at the moment, which is not exactly sealing it off the air, and it might dry out. Just look into it now and then, and if it gets thicker, just add a little bit of water. This is the nice thing about the mousses, as they're water-based. You can basically control that. Oh, sorry guys, my stomach. I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. So, oops. And this is basically giving it at the end the perfect touch, guys, you know, because I wouldn't have liked the silver. I wanted to have the crystal knobs, but I didn't want to have the silver on there. You know me, I'm fussy. I'm very fussy. I'm very fussy. So quickly. So last one. And I'm thinking I might, but we have to seal that for that first. But as this is water-based, let's see if we do that. I wanted to seal the piece. We already have 45 minutes going. Going to make quickly one coat of sealing. So let that dry for a moment. But that's basically how you can change your own hardware. That to the side for now. And then we're going to quickly seal. Go. Quickly seal our piece from the outside. So this is just like one of those metal tins, you know, so they don't seal off the air. That's the reason I look in there now and then. And when it starts drying out, I can add a little bit more of water. Blueberry Pop-Tart midday snack. Diane. So, because I'm just gonna put my fingers up. Look at my fingers. I'm already a complete mess again. Ow. So I'm going to seal off those, you know, those transfers. This hasn't been sealed yet. And I'm not using the satin on the outside. I'm using the top coat flat. I want to have the opposite of that clear, of those crystals, and the little shiny top, and have the rest nice and flat, because that goes with it finish pretty nicely, I think. So this is the top coat flat by Dixie Belle. Clear coats by Dixie Belle, they come in three finishes. They have flat, they have satin, and they have gloss. And sorry, you didn't see that I used my teeth to get that plastic off. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm gonna get my spatula again. So before I add anything of finish or something like that, I like to seal my pieces, because then if you don't like it, you can take it off easier. A bit closer. So you can see here nicely that that some of the ingredients have settled on the safe. I won. But you're right. So as those top coats are water-based also, so you can see there's like some things sticking on the bottom of that jar. Also here, make sure that you mix them up nicely. You make me laugh. But I'm happy that you're always worried about me. I love you too. You're so sweet. I really appreciate you being around. So, I've got no brush. I'm sometimes a nightmare, guys. I'm telling you. Actually, I didn't think we were going to get that far tonight. So, good night, mein Hase. My sweetheart is bored, so he's going to sleep now. Okay. I'm just quickly getting my brush. Actually, for my top coats, I have a separate brush to keep it nice and clean. This is a little damp because I used that before. So basically getting some of the excess of that spatula and clean that off again. There we go. So let's see, Instagram. There you go. So if you want to make sure you're not contaminating your top coats, pour them out in a little container and go from there. So as I said, I want to keep the outside flat. I don't want to have it shiny or satiny. I think with that look and those colors, the flat is going to go nicely. And they're so easy to brush on. So top coat wise, they are the easiest. Also, when I work with gator hide, I make sure I have just down the side here. I make sure I have one or two coats of one of the top coats underneath, especially when I work with the chalk mineral paints, because they're open pores, and especially gator hide, which is the toughest top coat by Dixie Belle. It's water resistant. So if you have a piece which is in high traffic or something like that, I would always recommend using gator hide. Gator hide is my second favorite top coat. Let me see what I'm doing. And when you have one of the normal top coats underneath, it's easier. The Gatorhide glides easier over the surface because Gatorhide dries so quick. As soon as you apply it, it already starts drying. So make sure I've got everything covered. Also, especially when you seal transfers or something like that, Gatorhide doesn't go very well with transfers. So also put a top coat in between if you do that. So, and as I want to put some of the gilding wax, or not gilding wax, some of the mousse on the hardware bits, I'm going to seal that off first, because if I don't like what I do, I can correct it easier. As I said, the chalk mineral paints, they are open pores, and they just grab everything which comes on top. So I want to make sure that I can manipulate what I'm just doing. I am sealing that off first and then go from there. So easy to work with. You don't have to seal your paints. That's one of the great benefits of the chalk mineral paint, that they have a built-in sealer basically. I always seal my pieces because I have I want to make sure that everything is sealed in. So not if somebody goes, if I'm working with my own pieces, that's fine. But when I sell my pieces, I never know what people might do with it, and I want to make sure that the finish stays like I've intended it. So let's go from here. Like I've intended it to look like. So there we go. Quickly. I usually do 2 coats. That's fine. Sorry. And those are not streaking or anything, so they are very, very forgiving. Even on dark colors. On the bottom here, let's see, on the bottom there is dark, it's pretty dark. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to like it with that, what am I doing here? Rolling over things, making noise, pushing things over. And also if you want to have like a different touch to your project, you know, like haptic. That's basically when you choose a top coat or something like that. But you don't have to. You can perfectly leave it like it is. So this door here. The ground is out of the. There you go. You have that done pretty quickly. And with this one coat of the flat on there, the paint is basically sealed in a way that when I work with some colored waxes or something like that on here, and I don't like it, I can take it off easier. Take it off easier. And the top coat flat is one of the easiest to apply top coats anyway. Covered inside also. And then I see what's the time. Oh, we're already on an hour, guys. I'm sorry. I forgot the time. I completely forgot the time. I completely forgot the time. Is anybody still with me? Have you already fallen asleep? Thank you, Yvonne. Oh, Jana. That's probably a long way. So that's a long way to go. So just want to make sure there's some dripping going on there. So I'm just going to dry that quickly, put that to the side. Guys, I can't say it often enough. When you work on your pieces, just let it dry on their own. You know, I'm just using a hairdryer. So to mesmerize. Guys, you're great. Because especially around there, I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. I'm just going to dry this area off. It's piling up a little bit there, so right. And I like that flat finish. I think this goes with those colors perfect. Okay, I'm gonna bring you a little closer now. Oh, making some more noise. So I'm using my artist brush here, and I'm taking it almost horizontal to my piece. I want to just go around. Ever so gently around those edges of this plate. You know, this is, I couldn't take that off. Just to highlight that. That's where the original hardware was on. Just to get a little more interest and bring that a little out, because that's quite cute, I think. It's quite cute. Just like a little bit of dry brushing. What do you think? What do you think? And then I have this on. So the screw's got to be shortened a little bit. So can you see that, guys? Can you see what happened there? See if I can put it on the top drawer. I can take the top drawer out and bring that closer to you so that you can see basically what I've done here. Let's see. Got hardly any of the product on here left. So I'm just brushing over the edges of this little plate. Rub it in there. If you have too much for your taste, you just go in with a wet cloth or a baby wipe, and you can basically take that off. Let's see, have some white on top here. So I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna bring that close to you. So that's basically what that looks like now. Just a little bit of rosé on there. Yeah, we painted over it, Michelle. We painted over it, as this was, look at this on this side. The lace transfer is also on there. So now this comes out nicely. So this is basically finishing the whole thing off, my guys. Thank you so much for staying with me. Oh. Okay. Thank you, my friends. The pink crystal knob will go on this one. I think that goes nicely. Just a light pink. So, thank you, my friends, for being with me tonight. My name is Angela. I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen and Helden. Oh, I'm way too long, but I'm so happy you stayed with me, my friends. If you haven't done it yet, pop over to my page, leave me a like there if you haven't done it yet. Yeah, Yvonne, you're still there also. You're stars, Michelle. Thank you. You take care. You have a lovely weekend, a lovely day, afternoon, evening, whatever. It is 10 p.m. over here now, so I'm also pretty tired now. Guys, I'll see you next week. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll be very happy to help you. If you're looking for your local retailer, just check out the pages of the products like Dixie Belle, for example. And otherwise, I can help you over here out also. And I see you next week. Take care, guys. Thank you for being with me. Bye.